Okay, so uh, hold on. Hold on. Oopsie. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Because I was at StreamYard. StreamYard was doing something funky. So I came over to my YouTube channel. Anyway, I want to talk about, the mental health during the holidays. A lot of people suffer from mental health during the holidays. I, for one, do, and the people that know me know my story. And for those who don't, you know, um, around this time of year, a lot of things happen to me that, you know, doesn't put me in a good frame of mind. Okay. Um, my mom had passed away and on Halloween morning in 1988. I was raped by somebody I thought was a friend, like the first week of November of 88. Then I went into the military in July of 89. I was sexually assaulted on active duty in like September of 89. Wait, probably by October, November of 89. Sexual assault happened. So this time of year is extraordinarily hard for me because I'm dealing with, you know, my mom's death, and then I'm dealing with the rape and sexual assault. So this time of year is very, very bad for me, you know. But you know what? I had help dealing with my stuff. I'm not saying that, me getting the help is going I want to say it's not going to make it better, but it makes it a little easier to deal with, even though I know I'm still going to have a lot of this long term stuff for the rest of my life, you know, but I'm getting the tools that I need to get me through, you know, like, you know, my therapy sessions, were like written exposure, okay? Which means I had to actually delve into the rape specifically, um, and get into it, you know, and that really did something to me, like my nightmares had spiked like 100%, you know, and like I tell people, it's not like a regular nightmare, it's the nightmares aren't like um of the event per se. It's always about me running from lava. And there there is a connection there. The connection is one, my first instinct was to beat feet and run. But I've been doing it for decades. And the whole purpose of me being in therapy is for me to stop and deal with it. Then the other thing is the fear that it could happen again, you know? So for me, that's a connection, you know? And it's a scary thought. And I think that's why I don't go nowhere a lot of times. The only place I go is to the store and back. Or if I have an appointment at the VA, these are the only times I really go anywhere anymore. Because it's always in the back of my mind that this can happen again. And honestly, I don't know if I can deal with it a third time. I don't know. And I'm not trying to find out. So I try to keep myself as safe as possible by staying in the house. Like a couple of nights ago, I had this like really bad dream once again about lava, and it literally woke me up in the middle of the night. It really woke me up. I was so afraid to go downstairs because I was afraid to see, that illuminating light that the lava have, that reddish orange kind of illuminating light. I was afraid to see that. So I was afraid to go downstairs. I was even afraid to even look downstairs. So I laid in bed, was looking out the window, until finally I eventually drifted back off to sleep. And when the sun came up, I found myself creeping downstairs. Now, knowing damn well there ain't no lava downstairs, but that's the frame of mind that dream had me in. I was freaked out. And so, I'm like, okay, well, I got to do something about this, because this is going to set off a whole panic attack. I really shouldn't have that much anxiety waking up. Matter of fact, I really shouldn't have any kind of anxiety waking up. But when I woke up, my anxiety level was so high, and I was so afraid, But at the end of the day, I knew what it was tied to, and it sucks, and those know that I've been doing this for a minute. I kind of fell off a little bit, but doing this for a minute, they know my story because I've spoke about my story many a time because it helps me, and at the end of the day, if it helps somebody else going through, that would be the whole point. The whole purpose of me doing this is to let people know that you're not alone in this, that it is okay for you not to be okay. And that it is okay to ask for help when you feel like you need it. There's nothing wrong in that. There's no shame in that. And anybody that says otherwise is because they've never gone through. They've never been on the receiving end. So, don't let people tell you, well, you really don't need that. All you need to do is. No, what you need to do is do what's best for you. There is therapy out there. There's crisis hotline if you feel like you're in a crisis. I can't tell you what to do. All I can do is put out there what's out there. you know. And during the holidays, it's definitely a bad time, especially when you're dealing with, your emotions and dealing with family members that may be a little unhinged a little bit. You know, I spend my holidays alone. And honestly, I like it like that because it's peaceful, it's quiet, and guess what? Drama free people. So drama free, you know? So I kind of like my peace. I like my quiet. I, I, I like the people says isolation. Maybe it is isolation, but I like it because it's quiet and it's peaceful, and I don't have to fear nothing. You know, it's when I'm out and about, that the fear is there. It's real. It's there. You know, I have to put on my game face and do what I got to do out there. I go out because I have no choice. I have to go out. But if I don't have to go out, I'm not going out. You know, and people say, well, Lisa, that's kind of, messed up the way you're looking at it. But again, have you been in my shoes? Have you walked down that mile? Have you had that happen to you? Because at the end of the day, if you said no to any of those questions, then you really don't need to be saying too much nothing. But just sitting back and listening and hearing what people are saying. You know, right now I got good things happening. I'm back in school. I'm setting myself up for, a little job to work from home with a health group. And I'll be dealing with specialty pharmacy, which is basically dealing with like cancer patients, medication, or Alzheimer's medications, different specialties, So, I'm looking forward to that. But see, this is the thing. I knew I had to let go of a lot of the stuff that was holding me back. Because if I was still holding on to this, none of this would be happening right now. Me holding on, you know. There comes a time where I had to go from victim to survivor. And right now, I'm not there yet, but I can definitely say I'm in survival mode because the people that did me dirty, you are no longer renting space in my head. You've done it for decades. And honestly, at 57 years old, I'm tired of you renting space. Now everybody about to get evicted all up out my head. Everybody getting evicted. And I ain't giving you a 30-day eviction. It's going to be eviction on spot. Sorry, there's a loud truck outside. You know, so all I can do is just do me. You know, and like I went on a retreat in September in Texas. And believe it or not, that did help me put some things into perspective for me. You know, it's like, and I've never heard it before until I went on a retreat. And it was said, everything that's done to you is not for you. you know, and it made a lot of sense. But at the same token, I'm going, well, damn it, why I get caught in the crossfire? You know? But then my whole thing too now, and I try not to I try to keep myself from doing this, but every now and again it creeps up in my head, and it's like, why is it I'm the only one dealing with this? Okay, why am I the only one carrying this baggage? Because there should be some other people in this circle that should be carrying this baggage along with me. Starting from family to friend to people I thought were friends. I should not be the one carrying this baggage, at least not by myself. But yet, here we are. I'm the only one dealing with it. I'm the only one carrying this baggage. But you know what? At the end of the day, I can't really speak on nobody else. I can only speak on me. See, and this is where I get to the unfair part of it, the unjust, because we all know that the world's not necessarily fair. Sometimes the unjust don't get just at all. But the thing is, though, and I think this is what really kind of keeps me from actually going there, is because I know some people in my situation, y'all got kids, and your kids have kids, and calm as a witch when it comes around. My mama always raised us, be careful what you do to other people, be careful how you speak to other people, and be careful how you treat other people. Because you know what? It does have a tendency to come right back around. And we all know karma's a witch. So like I said, I know a couple people that's got kids. I know a couple people, kids got kids. So you really be careful how you treat people, because ain't no telling how your children going to treat you one day, or how your grandchildren going to treat you one day. It is what it is. In some ways, I'm glad I don't have kids. But in the same breath, I know if I've done wrong, I know how to apologize. I mean, nobody likes to apologize when they're wrong. But you know what? You can't always be right. Everybody around you is not everybody's fault. What was your part in this play? What was your part? Because not everybody is wrong, especially when everybody's saying the same thing. So, and for me, you think it would be hard to because as far as blood family is concerned, I got my nephews, even my new one. Okay. And I love all my nephews. I love my great nephews. I love the new nephew. Outside of my new nephew, because I can't really speak on his mom. I didn't know her. But my other ones, Oh, best believe I can speak. Because I was raised in a household with y'all. So I know I can speak. So does it bother me that I have to spend the holiday without blood family? Not at all. Not at all. Because you know what? I'd rather be alone and happy than be with y'all and be miserable. You know? Because I'm going to tell you, my rape would have not have went down had my sisters not thrown me out of the apartment that I live with my mom like I was a piece of trash. It probably wouldn't even went down. You know, but it is what it is. You know, I miss my mom. I mean, my mom was my mom and she was my best friend and I love her. I love her to death and I miss her so much. You know, and that too for me is a little bit of a struggle during the holidays because I miss her. And then when all of that stuff jumped off with the rape and the sexual, so I wish she was here. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'd have crawled right up exactly in bed with my mom and cuddled her and stayed there. Matter of fact, probably even when it went down, if she was still alive. You know, I do get when looking back, it's like I am so tired of people treating me like garbage. You know, I get so frustrated with that. But you know what? You may think I'm a piece of trash. I know I'm not. Even from the guy that raped me and the guy that sexual assault me, you might have thought I was a piece of trash or just somebody that you can get over on. But I'm not. Because guess what? God don't make no junk. You know, I love myself. You know, and I haven't been able to say that in decades. I've never been able to say I love myself because my path going through has been self destructive. I'm talking about the over promiscuity, the alcohol, the drugs. I have been on a self destruct path back in the day because I chose not to deal with it. I chose not to talk about it because I didn't want to, because this was just so painful because everything happened at once. At once. My mom died, the rape, the sexual assault. It's like boom, boom, boom. But then I was homeless, so I didn't have the opportunity to even grieve my mother's death. I didn't have the opportunity to actually sit back after the guy raped me and think about it and go, I, and actually marinate on what just happened. I did not have the opportunity to sit back when that fool sexually assaulted me on active duty, to sit back and and go, you know, I didn't have that opportunity because I had to keep moving forward. And I did it to the best of my ability at that time. Looking back on it, I know it wasn't the best of my ability, but back then, at that time, that was the best of my ability. That was the best way for me to deal with it, you know? Now I can say, no, that wasn't the best of your ability, and you probably could have done some. As a matter of fact, I know you could have went about this at a better route, you know. But I couldn't do it. But see, and then the problem is, because I didn't have that opportunity to actually go through what I should have gone through back then. I got comfortable in the spot that I was in, and I stayed there until it came back around and kind of bit me in the aft end, and it was like me running up against the brick wall, and it's saying stop. It's like coming across a stop sign that says stop, you know, and my hand was forced to deal with the issue, and now I'm dealing with the issue. I'm, once I stronger, you know, I can talk about it now, which I was never ever able to talk about it back then, you know. Hell, I was married in the military for 2 years, and I don't think I ever told him, you know. And so this is where my crapulence come in, okay? Because the 2 years that we were married, he always thought I was having an affair because I would not let him touch me sexually. He wasn't allowed to touch me unless I initiated it, you know. So, I've always said, oh well, because he cheated. But honestly, that's just not the case. And it would not be fair for me to put that on him. Did he cheat? Well, yeah, he did. But my part in it was the reason why he cheated, or lack thereof. My part in it is why he cheated. And you know what? Looking back on it, I could see it. Because if it happened to me, I'd have done the same thing. Maybe. I mean, I'm never one for cheating anyway, but so it's like I'm not gonna put that on my ex-husband. I'm not gonna do that. Because he was a good guy. I was the nincompoop. All because I didn't want to deal with the issue. And I don't think I ever told him the situation that went down with me, before. I don't think I ever did. But then, even if I did, I don't think he would have fully understood, because a lot of men usually don't understand. Like if you got a married couple and a woman gets raped, all of a sudden the husband's like, well, you asked for it. Well, why was you wearing that? Why was you there? How many drinks did you have? That's irrelevant. All of it is irrelevant. Because when the woman says no, even the man, because the man can find himself in the same position. When they say no and you go past that point, that's the relevancy. It's not what you had on. It's not what you drank. It's not how you talk. It's not how you acted. The relevancy is when you say no. And they go beyond that point. There's the relevancy. Anyway, y'all, I'm not gonna keep you for too much longer. A little bit. What? Who said that? Okay. I am gonna jump out of here. I just want to do a little quick one. I know I've been going for a minute, but I'm back. I'm gonna start doing them. I'm gonna have to start doing them on the weekends because, you know, like right now I'm on a 2-week break, so I can do it how often I want to. But when I start back school on January 3rd, I'll only be able to do it on the weekends. So, and that's fine. I might be able to do it during the day, do it on a live chat replay. But anyway, if I don't see y'all or speak to y'all before the holidays, everybody have a blessed holiday, have a safe holiday, and just enjoy. Until next time, peace out.